今やゴジラの通過した後は炎の海と化し、見渡せばいつは終わ
Bam! What's doing, guys? Back with a fresh vinyl review. Today we're going to be looking at the X Plus 25cm King Ghidorah 2019 from 2019's Godzilla King of the Monsters, the second film in the MonsterVerse Godzilla franchise. Technically the third after Kong Skull Island. But, wow. Okay, like, really. Wow. Box. Let's just get this out of the way. Box. Comes in a big box. Brown box. With basic black and white print on it of the figure itself with all the basic mumbo jumbo. Okay. Big styrofoam on the inside. Actually, we're going to talk about the box. So I'm very impressed with X Plus with this release, with the box and the packaging, because they know that this was a fragile figure. Okay. Clearly, we know the debacle that was the Ghidorah 64 or 68, sorry, that came out in 2014. Okay. So X Plus knew that, you know, they can't cheap it out, you know, with these releases, with these very, very fragile pieces. Okay. So one of the pros about this figure, the wings come attached. So you don't have to worry about putting wings on and, God forbid, possibly breaking them, like the 64 debacle was, or 68, sorry. The other pro was that this comes in styrofoam packaged. So full protection inside the styrofoam packaging. Better than that plastic shit that we know most X Plus figures come in. That was a mistake for the Ghidorah 68. Lesson learned. X Plus made right on it, you know, with future Ghidorah releases. The GMK Ghidorah, Death Ghidorah, all came in proper, safe packaging, you know, because look at these. I mean, these wings are fragile. Be it on Mothra, Rodan, not so. Never really had a problem with Rodan figures, to my knowledge. But wings are fragile. No matter, be it X Plus, Bandai, clearly model kits, resin kits, whatever you got. Wings are fragile. Hell, even the Destroyer 25cm figure, that came perfectly packaged, and the wings were attached to that too. So, right out of the box, you know, great packaging, no arguments. Another great feature is the tails are attached. So, you get them out of the box, basically you're going to pick them up, you know, out of the box like that, and the tails are already swooped back and attached. So literally you don't have to do anything. No attaching wings. No squishy soft action with the hair dryers to get tails on. Everything is like beautiful. Nailed it with the release. You know, especially when it comes to the packaging and the design of the figure. X Plus did a great job with this. Especially for the size of the figure. You know, yeah, the bulk of the Ghidorah is his torso, heads and legs and all that stuff, but the wings just flaring out. You know, awesome packaging. Literally blew me away. Clearly, if you saw the my unboxing video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, so, like I said, awesome. Comes with everything attached. You just pull them out of the box, ready to throw them on display. The figure, it's a centerpiece. It is gorgeous looking. I remember when this was announced. Like clearly, everybody was ranting and raving, rightfully so, about that Spiral Studios Ghidorah 2019. And, you know, that was massive. That's gigantic series size proportions of a Ghidorah figure. And that looks gorgeous. Not something that I wanted, not something I want, but damn, like, that looked great. You know, so when X Plus announced theirs and I saw this figure, I was like, yeah, I got to get it. I got to get it. Like, it's just an impressive looking design. Ghidorah is just a badass in that movie, and X Plus did a great job of capturing that in vinyl form with this release. So when that was announced, I was like, shit. Clearly, I knew the price was going to be expensive. I think shipped, it was about like $600, $650 give or take. Pretty expensive, you know, considering the size of the figure and the packaging, because it had to get shipped. This is, you know, it doesn't ship in that box, you know, so it was going to be expensive. But I was cool with that. Excuse me, I just burped. You know, because I had said it in the beginning, you know, when X Plus started doing the 2019 figures, I was like, if I get one, I got to get all four of them. You know, so clearly Rodan and Godzilla 2019 came out, and I was like, I'm just not going to do it. Part of the problem was I knew eventually Ghidorah was going to come out, and like the setback just cost-wise, it's like, I just don't know if I want to spend that much money on 4 figures, knowing that Ghidorah is going to be the price of like 2, like Godzilla and Rodan. Now, Rodan 2019 looks freaking awesome. Figure I probably should have picked up, probably should pick up. The 2019 Godzilla, I like that figure. It looks cool. But if I had to get a legendary 25 centimeter Godzilla, I'd probably go with the 2020 version. I liked it because basically the design's the same. You know, nothing's really changed about it. But I just like the pose and everything on that version. You know, Godzilla versus Kong design. And there's no Mothra yet. So, but I had to get this one. This was like a definite. Whether I get the other 3 or not, I'm really not decided. Actually, I'm decided. Like, I'm just not going to get them yet at this point. But I had to get this. This was a must-have. This figure, beautifully done. The wings are all done in like hard vinyl, so no ABS plastic here. This is all vinyl, all sculpted beautifully and attached, which is great. I did speak with another collector over Instagram that, you know, due to gravity and vinyl doing its thing, these wings could probably droop a little bit. But I would say watch the temperature in your house, because if you have the heat set high, especially during the winter months, vinyl will get soft and it will droop. Mine, I believe, are pretty much the same as they were, you know, because I keep it, you know, the temperature is not too hot in the house. But everything looks good on my figure, no complaints. You know, nothing that stands out like as far as shrinkage goes or anything like that. The footprint this figure does take, pretty big, but not horribly bad, because, you know, if you put a Godzilla figure on both sides of him, or different, you know, kaiju tails can swoop underneath, so he's not taking up too much room. Though I have not put him on these shelves yet for display. I have him on another bookshelf just behind the camera at this where we're recording right now, where he stayed, and that's pretty much going to stay his home until further notice. But so as far as the footprint goes, you know, you're going to have to work a little bit to get him on your shelf. You know, clearly, if you're watching this, you probably have the figure already and got a nice, secure, safe home. Now, the detail in this figure, a lot of sharp edges. The tails, as I'm clearly, I got my hands on them right now, not a lot of spikes. Beautifully done, gorgeous looking, but a lot of, again, everything is made out of vinyl. No hard plastic-y stuff that we saw on previous versions of the Ghidorah. I got to turn around and look at me this time on this side. But even the heads, every horn, teeth, spike on the necks, all beautifully done. Actually, something I am just noticing about the design. The center head has 2 rows of spikes, where the left and right head and necks only have 1 row of spikes. So that's pretty cool, showing the dominance of the center head. I never noticed that until now. I didn't even notice it in the movie. Clearly, you know, the movie Ghidorah is moving around a lot. You know, so I guess that would be hard to notice such a detail. But that looks cool. I dig that. You know, differentiates clearly the other 2 heads. Over here, clearly we got Kevin. The Rick? The Rick for this figure was light up necks and heads and eyes and all that stuff. So I went standard. I don't need another light up. The feature looks cool, but a lot of lights going on. You know, and if something goes wrong, it burns out, that's going to piss me off. That's going to piss any collector off. So I was like, I'm just going to go with the standard. Damn thing's expensive as enough as it is. I got to be careful here, because we're going to have a safety hazard. I'm going to poke my eye out, because these are all pretty sharp on the wingtips as well. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, like fingers. Like I said, Kevin's got his tongue out over here. Again, that's vinyl. You know, but you want to be careful. Even though it's vinyl, you still don't want to bend it too much, because it looks like it's literally just glued on inside of his mouth, sticking out. But like the heads all have different sculpts, so those look great. Different poses, everything looks great. What's nice about the figure too is that the vinyl and the legs, the chest, it's almost all solid vinyl throughout the whole figure. There is nothing hollow that I can tell about this figure. What it's filled with, I couldn't tell you. I'm guessing it's just solid vinyl throughout, and that's there to help keep the figure balanced, strength, strong. You know, that way it doesn't slouch and underneath its own weight, because it's heavy. You know, it's probably maybe like 3-4 pounds, give or take. But this couldn't be like produced like a standard X Plus figure where the insides are hollow. That ain't gonna work. You know, especially with the weight of the wings, the balancing and everything, you have to have a solid base. So solid legs, everything, you know, and even the legs are beautifully sculpted too, muscular looking and whatnot. 1, 2, 3, 4 toes, and then you got the little dingy toe up there, so he's got 5 toes actually. So yeah, the figure's amazing looking. Definitely glad I picked this up because it's definitely a centerpiece, especially with the MonsterVerse pieces. But again, the attention to detail throughout the whole figure looks really, really good. The paint job, got Ghidorah's gold, as we know. So we got a lot of brownish gold throughout the entirety of the figure, from head to toe, and the tails and everything. There's some different shades of gold and brown to give, as I always say, a sense of depth to the kaiju and the figure. So really, really well done there. But yeah, knocked it out of the park for me. I'm glad I got it. Worth every penny. Expensive, yes, but definitely was a must-have. And yeah, so there you have it. X plus 25 centimeter Ghidorah 2019. Beautifully done in his all gloriousness. Like, seriously, it's, awesome. Great job, X plus. Seriously. More of this, please. More of this. Anyway, so yeah, 10 out of 10 for me. I have no complaints about this figure. Certified fresh in my book, and we'll see. Maybe I'll pick up the other legendary lineup, because I would need, because then I'll feel like, I got to get Kong, and I don't have a legendary Kong, so collector's problems. This is the world we live in. This is the things that I got to get Kong now. First world problems, right? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Remember, people, buy vinyl, fresh vinyl. Bam!